marvelous makers
and art appreciators
to the ArtSpace podcast,
brought to you by Lemon Street Gallery and ArtSpace,
located at 4601 Sheridan Road.
Swing on into your favorite citrus-themed art gallery today and tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty place. I just lapsed into Shakespeare. Sorry. Deep cut Macbeth. Not a deep cut, very popular Shakespeare play.
Either way, I'm your host, Shelby Nesmith.
Hi, y'all. I'm Jake Hoy. I've never said y'all on the podcast before.
Wow.
That's a first. Episode 35.
Popping them bubbles.
Now we really have to release this after the last one, or else, because I called it out.
But either way, we are here today with Kimberly, Melissa, and Jana from Violet Wilder. And how are you guys doing today?
So good.
So good.
Yeah, I'm great. Thanks for having us, you guys.
We're so excited for you guys to be here. I love your guys' music.
Thank you.
Gonna be a lot
I was
of
the first one to say it.
Yeah.
I would.
That means a lot. Thank you.
Yeah.
But and so will you at home, because you're gonna have to check these guys out, because like I guarantee you're gonna love it. Like,
oh yes,
I can't imagine someone not like. You gotta be really messed up.
yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You just can't not.
Trust me. But yeah, we're happy to have you guys with us today, and we're gonna learn some more about you and your music, and yeah, so.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fun, creative stuff about you guys. So, woohoo!
But we start it very chill. We already said how you guys doing, but how are you really doing? Like,
Life is hard. Everyone's tired, you know.
the sun is shining today. It's somehow not snowing anymore. It was this morning.
A little glimpse of sun did save
This
my
has become the weather segment.
depression. Yeah.
You know what? I will say, though, that leaving work with the sun up and then having like 2 more hours of sunlight.
Yeah.
Magical.
I know. Yeah. Magical. Sometimes I'm like, why do we live here? But then other times I'm like, this is getting better. It gets better. It gets better.
And why do they have non-daylight savings time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're not this year.
Are they finally getting rid of it?
That's
That's what I heard last year, and I was
one.
tricked, so
No,
I
I
don't know what
think-
to believe anymore.
I think it's actually this year that now we have daylight savings and it's staying.
All right.
So,
It'll be this time forever?
uh-huh.
Okay.
Forever. Wow. That sounds scary almost. It's always
An
this
ultimatum.
time.
This time
But
for
like some states don't have it like already.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
Yeah.
Arizona and Hawaii, I want to say.
they're the rebels.
Yeah.
That's wild.
When I was in Arizona, I was staying at a hotel in Arizona, and I was like trying to find out what time a show was on or something, and I'm like, I don't know what time it is,
can't
they
do
don't
time math.
It's Pacific time, not Mountain time, but they're not daylight saving, so blah blah blah. So I had to like call down to the front desk and like actually, because I was on the Navajo reservation, and they do daylight savings time.
What? It's just so confusing.
So I'm like glad I called down, because I was like wrong.
What time is it?
I literally had to like ask somebody, and they're like, it's complicated. Buckle up.
Got a whole PowerPoint presentation on why it is the time that it is.
But shout out to the staff at the Best Western in Kayenta, Arizona, like 7 years ago. They probably don't work there anymore, but you were great.
Shout out to you. Well, glad you guys are doing awesome today. And I think we can now jump into those questions.
Yeah, we've ticked the silly box
Yeah.
enough, but
The
feel
Wisconsin
free.
weather box.
Yeah,
The weather segment.
I managed to get weather into every show. That's my goal.
And
Very
that's
Midwestern
okay.
of you.
Yeah, right.
Alrighty. So what got you guys into, or you know what? I'm going to step back.
Oh,
Step back a second. Ask a question of how would you kind of summarize the genre of music that you make?
Okay. Well, we kind of started together as like more of a folk group.
Americana type.
Yeah.
okay.
It was definitely back in, wow, how long ago was this? Probably 10 years now.
Yeah.
When that genre was really like shooting
Mumford
up
and
there.
Sons,
Yeah.
Stop and
Oh,
Holler.
sure,
Everybody
yeah.
was into it. Everybody was making it. And we were like, yeah, this is great. So we started with that. But then I guess we still kind of do incorporate a little bit, because you can't not really have that sound when you have 3-part lady harmony and a viola and like, you know, acoustic guitar. But we are kind of branching out a little bit more, and into some, like, I guess, harder rock genre.
Somebody said we had
Alternative.
grunge sounds. And
Oh.
I'm cool with grunge.
Yeah, I'm
You know?
I'm here for that. I grew up listening
yeah.
to Nirvana and
Let's
Pearl
go.
Jam. All of it. But I think a big driver for us specifically was the harmony. Like we started singing this like covers, and like Jane and I would get together and sing like Whiskey Lullaby and
Concrete
like,
Angel.
Yeah, just like really sad country songs that I probably forced her to do with me.
No, you didn't force me, because it's funny. I really don't love country. It's just not, I won't go home and listen to it, but like that's all we sang together. Why? I don't know. They're just like sad.
It's because of me. And then I remember the first song that we sang together and performed together was Stand Lean on Me.
Oh, yeah. For a benefit concert.
Bill
for a
Withers, I believe.
Lean on me.
Yeah.
friend. Yeah.
And I feel like when we like first like got together, because it was for an event and we were preparing this cover, to do, and we're like, oh, we all love to sing. Let's sing 3-part harmony on this. And I feel like the first moment when we got in the first practice room and like sat down to sing our first chord, we're like, this is right. This feels right.
Yep.
This feels good.
This is our life now.
Because each of us had kind of sung together individually. Jana and Kim sang a lot together. Kim and I sang a lot together. And then Jana and I sung a couple things together. So it just like made sense. We would all join forces and make the
Yeah,
magic
somehow.
happen.
Somehow we just
Yeah.
kind of like found our way into the same room. We're like, hey, let's be friends.
Da, da, da.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's so sweet.
Was meant to be.
Yes. So now I think that we kind of get a sense of what your music is. We can kind of get to that deeper question of what got you guys into music making.
I feel like the story is probably different for all three of us.
Definitely.
We all have our own stories with music. Like I come from like my brother and my dad both played music. Like my earliest memories are like getting into all their stuff and like pulling out my brother's trombone, and he would come home and just like I would wreak havoc on his bedroom, like playing with his guitars and his trombone, and my dad played trumpet and like yeah, I would just like mess with this stuff because I was like 5 and fascinated, and I don't know, I just always had a fascination with music and instruments and just grew up always tinkering around with them.
My brother also had a trombone, and I would also mess around with it, but he's 7 years younger than me, so it was not cool. It's like, why is my 16-year-old brother not like driving around? And
He's just playing with my trombone.
I'm like, I'm making fart noises.
Love that.
Sorry.
But I'm
Anyways.
sure like you guys have like your own
Yeah.
like your first memories with music and
I just remember playing, we had a piano at my parents' house growing up, and I would just sit at the piano and sing songs, and I had my tape recorder, and I would record myself singing these like really dramatic songs as like a 5-year-old.
Which dramatic songs?
Mostly, honestly, they were mostly church songs.
Okay.
So like, but from like our church plays, like, like, I don't know, like Easter musicals. So I don't know, it was very interesting. But also I grew up just in a really musical home. My mom was a singer. She played guitar and French horn, and my dad played trumpet. And we just used to listen to the Beatles all the time. And I remember specifically my sisters used to quiz me on composers.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like 8 years old, and my sisters are playing Bach and Beethoven and Mozart for me. They're like, "Okay, who is this? What is this?"
she is good. Like
Yeah.
she would dominate a composer trivia night for sure.
Yeah.
You helped us. We did an escape room one night, and there was a Wagner like mini statue, and he ended up being one of the clues, and she was like, "That's Wagner!" Like, we're like, yeah. And we were able to like go to the next step because she knew who that was.
Orchestra dork
Yeah.
over here.
Dork, dork.
I love
Yeah.
it.
I remember being like 3, maybe 4, and my mom and I, apparently she would just like teach me harmony, because I remember specifically singing like Silver Bells during Christmas, and she'd be like, okay, sing this part. And I just have a lot of weird memories from when I was 3. Like I can remember things really specifically. That's one of them. And so she kind of taught me harmony from a young age, but I didn't really realize or remember that I could sing for a really long time. And then it probably wasn't until high school that I remembered I could sing. But when I was like 13, my dad got a guitar back from my uncle, and I guess he had like bought it for like $100. And my uncle's like, here, you got this guitar. And I'm like, this is cool. I'm going to be a rock star. So then I learned to play it by listening to Green Day.
Lots of Green Day.
I'm like, yeah, that's the artist that taught me how to play chords.
No shame in that.
I hear a lot of Green Day in your music.
Obviously.
Obsession.
Start somewhere. So.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. I'm glad those paths have kind of guided you into this because your music is just amazing. So
Thank you.
Thank you. That's nice.
You guys have a new album that just came out. I don't know if it's too early to jump into that,
let's talk about it.
but it's called For the Record. I'm holding it right here because
it
this is not on video at all.
Take Jake's word for it. So what's your favorite song off the new album?
Favorite song? I've been thinking about it
Oh,
because I've been
man.
listening a lot. Is it bad to tell like the
No,
artists?
no.
It's
It's great.
curious.
Yeah,
too.
I'm curious too.
Because it doesn't mean I hate all the other ones.
We understand.
My favorite, I think I decided it's track 3, I'll Be Ready.
Oh, wow.
It's the one that's been, I like the most. That's how I should say it.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
I love that.
Shelby, should I put you on the spot?
Yeah, mine is Sorry. I really
Yeah.
like that.
Ooh, very opposite ends
Track
of the
5.
spectrum.
Yes.
Yes.
I feel it was kind of more of a spicier song.
Oh,
It almost
yeah.
is like 2 songs.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's
Yeah.
like, it's a big jump, like a minute 30 something into it.
And I
Yeah.
like that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
So it was just like, oh my gosh, yes. I love it. So
That's something that Andy, who mixed, mastered, recorded, produced, whatever, all those, this
did the
album.
tech stuff.
He did all of that, and he also
Yeah.
plays bass when we do full band. And he's also my fiance.
The love
Anyway.
of your life.
Plug.
That's something that he's observed about our music, which I agree with, is that we can get pretty like, I don't want to say theatrical, but like movie score-ish, you know, like you can tell our influences have like with like a lot of classical music. At least,
Composition.
yeah. Or like, I don't know, like I feel like there's a word that I want that I'm not thinking of, but like there's a certain
Cinematic?
drama to it. Cinematic.
Boom.
Yes. That's exactly the word I'm trying to
Well,
Yeah.
you are one who has been playing with orchestras for ever and ever, and you did graduate college with like jazz composition. So it would make sense that a lot of the songs would have those components in them
Yeah.
because of your background. Great job, you. But I
should all
actually,
see this fist pump that Jana just did.
I will say that song, Sorry, specifically, is the one where we're usually like, okay, everybody, we are about to take you on a journey with us.
Yeah.
Buckle up.
We
Yeah.
usually warn the crowd that we're about to be mad.
Yeah.
That's like, just so you know, this is our angsty one.
It's fun.
But yes, I love the whole album, but
Me too.
that's gotta
Yes.
be my favorite.
Thank you.
Cool.
And I really like there's a sense of softness, but strength at the same time. It's this weird balance that you guys are achieving. Like the lyrics are really empowering and inspiring in some of the songs, but then the softness of the harmony and coming together like that. And I think that's so cool that you guys have found that balance. Yeah, so I really love it.
It's
Thank
great.
you.
Yes.
And you can listen to it on Spotify and
Apple Music,
Pandora.
Our Bandcamp.
Bandcamp,
YouTube.
what's
Anywhere
the other
you-
one? That's
Anywhere you
like
can stream music.
Amazon Music and Google Play.
Anyway, and if you're interested in getting physical CDs, you can order those on our Bandcamp. They're all there.
Or just message us because we have physical CDs.
That's true. If you're in
too.
Ocha, we'll just bring it to you.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
so pause this right now and go listen to it.
But you better come back.
We'll be here when you get back.
Yeah,
You better
sure.
come back.
We'll be waiting.
All right. Well, we got another question for you guys. Related to the last one, what is your earliest art/music memory? We usually ask art. That's why I said art, but
Oops.
it can be art also.
Yeah.
Dang it, I already told you mine.
Oh yeah. You got
we
one
kinda
already.
buttoned them in
Yeah.
with the last question.
Maybe we should combine these questions.
Yeah, we probably should.
Okay.
Let's
Meh.
do that. Note going forward. we'll piggyback them.
I'm gonna lose this piece of paper.
Like all
Take a
of them.
picture.
Yeah. So never mind about that question.
Or if you have an answer, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's got to be
Yeah.
that, you know, just like
Agreed.
noticing,
Trombone.
having an interest in
Uh-huh.
finding everything in my household that has to do with music, digging it up.
Yep.
My mom said that I used to wake up singing every single morning, but as like before 3 years old. So I'm like, I don't know where that innately comes from. She's like, yep, you just freaking wake up every morning singing in your crib. You're great. Just like standing there. Doesn't care if anybody's here. You're just singing.
That's why you're
No, it's probably like
good harmonizer.
They with a raspy, tiny voice.
Probably.
Thinking about Jello Money.
Probably.
Little baby voice.
I was gonna say I was surprised you have memories from 3. That feels like really young.
I know. I have no idea, but it must be like
Yeah.
when my brain was like, hey,
You're gonna start.
you're
now.
alive.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about Jay though. She's probably one of the smartest people you'll
It's
ever
true.
meet.
It's true.
It's very kind of you. I don't know about that, but
No,
I can't do math for crap.
either can
Oh, yeah,
I.
you're
So
right.
we're in the same boat. Yes.
Yeah, never mind about that.
Yeah. thank
I
you.
take back what I said.
Well, we're leaving all that in, so
It's fair,
even though
you know?
I asked the wrong question.
It's okay. We're back.
Here's the real question:
Oh, dun dun dun.
Who were some influences on your art and music?
I think Green Day.
Yeah.
Green Day for sure.
Sorry, I'm just laughing in the background that
Do we
I
have
was
to
like, oh
combine
my
all
gosh.
3 of these?
I'm gonna, no,
No.
I kind of delved into that myself and
Yeah.
didn't let them
Yeah.
go for that.
I think I know I obviously can't speak, I can only speak for myself, but I feel like we all pretty much have a pretty wide balance and variety of things that have influenced us and inspired us and things that we've listened to like growing up. Like I know it definitely like classical music. Classic rock was a huge one, like the Beatles. Like I know like
yeah.
classic rock. 90s for me like 90s grunge was a thing. Like I really did love Nirvana.
Yeah.
I really did love Pearl Jam. Like I don't know.
I really loved Aerosmith, and I would always ask, "Is this Aerosmith?" And they're like, "No."
I wasn't allowed to listen to any of that, so
I also love some pop rock, dude. Like I love Paramore.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah. There are different like eras of
Yeah.
influence. I would say. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I just couldn't, I wasn't allowed to listen to, like radio music except for the Beatles. I don't really know why, but,
You got in trouble for the Backstreet Boys.
I did.
Wait,
I did.
Backstreet Boys? I feel like it's
Yeah.
even more tame than the Beatles.
no.
Yeah.
Like Beatles had some weird stuff in there. Like listen to I Am the Walrus and like
Yeah.
that's pretty crazy. But like
Yeah.
I almost said bye, but that's in sync, not Backstreet
No,
Boys.
it was I Want It That Way, and that
Yes.
song meant a lot to me. Apparently, in 3rd grade or 4th grade,
It was a great song.
It was
Yeah.
a really good song. It meant a lot to me. I wrote a letter to the Backstreet Boys telling them how much it meant to me. And it was at the point where you were listening to the radio waiting for the song to come on. So I was listening to 99.1 The Mix, waiting for the song to come on. And it came on. And so obviously I'm singing along to it. And my sister comes into my room and tells on me.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We're still friends. We love each other so much.
But
But
man,
that was a big, breaking point in our relationship and when I was in 4th grade. So
let me have this, please.
yeah,
Forgive but never forget.
for sure. Yeah.
Never.
Alrighty, jumping into our next question. Who are some of your favorite local musicians or favorite musicians in general?
That's a really hard question because there's so much talent in Kenosha.
yeah.
Specifically,
Yeah.
I mean, we got our friends like Ben and Haley. Like
Yeah, Ben Moana, Haley,
Klinkhammer.
New
who's
Miller,
New Mil- yeah, I think
Yeah.
she still goes by Klinkhammer in music
in
circles.
her professional life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I mean, really there is a ton of talent and
Yeah.
it would be hard to name everybody.
Yeah, I know. Well, because like obviously, Would You Kindly, and then oh my gosh,
Now I feel like I'm forgetting people we love. There's a lot of Kenosha.
there's so many.
Yeah,
There's
Don't
so
worry
many.
about
And the way that it's grown in the last like 10 to 15 years has been like, I just feel like obviously I was a kid too, when I first started playing out around here, like not even 21, and now I'm 33. So like seeing it evolve over this like, course of however long that is, I just feel like there wasn't as big of a scene then as there is now, and seeing how much it has grown has been really cool to watch. And like, it seems like, like every weekend you can find something, a show
Yes.
going on in Kenosha, and I feel like it wasn't like that before.
Right.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but
Yeah.
it seems how it feels like, and I'm proud of us.
Aw,
Yeah.
proud of you guys.
Everyone's doing a good job.
Yeah.
We're all doing good.
I would say too, one of our most favorite artists of like this present age is the band Joseph.
Yeah, they're another fellow
Lady Trio.
Lady Trio.
They're actually 3 actual sisters, though.
Yeah.
So
We're
they're
also
related to each other.
sisters.
Well, yeah, okay. But they're
Yeah.
sisters by blood, and they. All right. But yeah, so they're from Oregon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we found them, I think, back in like 2014 from a Discover Weekly
on
Spotify
Spotify.
Discover Weekly, and we're like, who are these?
I remember
people?
we were listening in your car. We were driving home from Peshtigo,
Yeah.
and we like something came on the radio, and it was 3-part harmony, and it kind of had like a similar sound of what we like love and do. And we were like, "Who are these mystical creatures? What is this?" And we've been huge fans ever since.
You guys were like, wow, these guys are fire because we're coming from Peshtigo.
These are lit.
Wow, you know
Peshtigo
about the
joke.
Peshtigo fire?
I spent my summers in Crivets growing up, so it's very near there. so.
Jana grew up in Peshtigo.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I grew up there from 11 to until I moved here for college. So
You probably know some of my relatives.
really?
Well, they mostly live near Crivets,
Okay.
Lake Naka Bay area.
I probably like played them in sports.
Yeah, any Howards. Yeah.
Yes. Cool.
Well, awesome. We will get back into more questions when we come back from this break.
Hello, ArtSpace podcast fans. This is Joseph from Draw Joseph Studio. Most of you know who I am. I have this fabulous world-class draw studio up in Racine at the Racine Business Center, 1405 16th Street. My studio is real easy to find. It's on the first floor on the east side, right inside the tunnel. If you know the Racine Business Center, it's a big, tall brick building, and there's a big Von Trader on the east side of the building, and the tunnel's right underneath the Von. So come in the tunnel, first studio to your right. And on every Tuesday afternoon at 5:30, the gates open up, and at 6 p.m., I have a model posing. You're invited. It's free. Tip the model. Hope to see you there.
And we are back.
Woo!
Thanks for staying with us. That's your catchphrase now is woo.
Woo!
Let's put that on a t-shirt.
Oh, yep. Woo!
We got to make some t-shirts
Yes.
from the lettering machine.
I gotta make some merch. That's my goal, I think, for this year is to get
Seriously though.
You know
yeah.
who to come
People.
to.
Yeah.
get a little piece of merch.
I know a
out.
guy.
Okay.
Gal. Bunch of gals, actually.
Oh,
At
I
the
know
lettering
them.
machine.
yes. We love the
Pretty sure I've
lettering
actually emailed you back and forth. Like,
machine. Yeah, many times.
Yeah.
Well, there's great stuff from Lemon Street Gallery at the lettering.
Little soft plug for that. Yes.
It's very nice
Check
merch.
it out. I made it, and I'm proud of it.
You should be.
Yeah.
I had, if you look at the photo from the previous episode, I was wearing a t-shirt, or not t-shirt, hoodie that
Hoodie.
was designed by not yours truly,
Me truly.
hers truly,
Hers truly.
Shelby,
Printed by the lettering machine.
and it's
so-
great. I love it.
Woohoo.
I have to try not to wear that to every recording because I
know.
love it so much.
It's your new favorite.
All right, let's get back into the questions, guys. We're leaving all that in because that's the kind of podcast we have.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's my new catchphrase. We're leaving that in. What is your motivation to create? Just getting real deep out of nowhere.
Are you going to start this?
Well, no, I feel like I start first a lot, so I don't want to
yeah.
always be the first to talk.
Why not? Just do it.
I think that's a hard question because I feel like when you create things, you do it because you feel compelled to and you want to and you need to, and there's like something that's not right, and so you sit down with your guitar or your piano or your paintbrush or your pen or whatever medium comes to you, and you get that out, and it's like a service to the world and yourself, and you do it because you don't have a choice.
Yeah, I would say that for me, and especially for Melissa, it's definitely a way that we process things. And so sometimes people process things through talking to people. Sometimes they process it through visual art. Sometimes they process it through, I guess, I don't know, other things. It doesn't always have to be art, you know. Sometimes they even process it through working, like workaholic or workaholism could be. But yeah. Not always, like, obviously not avenue is the greatest way to go, but definitely for us, that's a big reason why we do create music.
It's a response to things. Like I'll be ready, for example, like I'm about to get a little bit dork, just a little dork. I wrote "I'll be ready," the lyrics to it after I had just found out that my grandpa had mesothelioma and he was dying and he wasn't going to last much longer. So like I was like propelled into this like, what you're propelled in when you're faced
Grief?
with something like that. Yeah. Or like, just kind of like thinking about like what happens after and like literally the circle of life and like, and,
existential crisis.
and that song, I was feeling some type of way and I sat at a piano and that song just kind of like came out and I was like, that it helped me understand my own feelings and helped me cope with that whole thing. So it's like a response to things happening all around you. And that's the way that I am able to express that creatively in a way that I know how.
Agreed.
Yeah. I would say like Gone is one of those songs for me too. Just like I have panic attacks and they've been less, but within the past 3 years, my dad passed away from cancer 3 years ago. And I think that I'm not sure how I processed it, but at the time I remember, maybe like at that time you're just kind of trying to survive. So, I wrote I was writing music and I was like writing like songs and stuff, but during that time I was also, all of that stress was manifesting physically, and so panic attacks were like, they were just skyrocketing for me, and I was like, oh my gosh. So that song actually came out of all of that because it's a good one to scream to. If you hear it, it's like full vocal. But I also we tried to we turned it into it's a fun song to play and I like it, but it was definitely a song that I processed through all of like that anxiety, and it is about anxiety and it's about having it, and like I don't know, it's you can scream to it in the car. It's a good song to scream to in the car, So I'm just like, yeah,
We do.
Is your next album going to be a screamo album?
Hopefully, I really,
Absolutely.
like tonight will be the night that I will go, yeah.
Is that a screamo song?
No, that's like the pop rock shit that I'm talking about that I like. I, like
Just emo, not screamo.
right.
yeah. Emo versus screamo.
Yeah.
So yes, it will be.
Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait. I'm going to pre-order.
Yeah.
But also we like to, I don't know, create music because music is like, it's a very cliche thing to say that music is like a universal language, but it's cool to be able to do. Is that something
Jake
you
says it all the time, and I love that.
One of my catchphrases.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
Art usually, but also music.
Yeah.
That is art.
exactly. Well, visual art and music, I don't know. We're all just like, we have this thing, we're drawn to it, and melodies. It doesn't matter if it's in a different language, you're drawn to it. So it's cool to have that connection between humans. And that's partially why we also love doing it and releasing music, because we're like, this sounds cool.
I forget who said it, but there's a quote: "Is music is the way the soul sounds," or something like that. Like,
Oh, I like that.
and it's it's not my quote. Somebody
It is
said
now.
that. I'm sure it was like phrased differently.
I think Kimberly said that.
I didn't say it just now. You have proof.
Yeah.
Well, I have a related question. Like, how do you guys write your music? You probably hate getting that question as like musicians, like, because everyone's different. But literally before I left to record, Megan's like, ask them how they write their music. I want to know.
I think with like bands in general, it actually took us a bit to kind of figure it out because we're three people with three different voices, and it seems to work best for us when there is a skeleton idea, like a pretty, like, not a complete song, but like somebody has a strong idea of like, I'd like it to do this, I'd like to do this, and then somebody will be like, oh, what if you go here now, or like add this on top of there, and it'll be like, oh, Melissa, like if you could play like a viola solo right in the section, that would be great, and she's like, I'm on it,
Yeah.
It kind of works best to have like a skeleton that one of us brings to the table to be like, hey, I have an idea for a song, I would like it to be whatever. So somebody kind of takes the reins initially. When you get in a room and you're just like, okay, everybody, like, what chord do we start on? Like,
Gosh.
where do we
Tried it,
like?
and it doesn't work.
It doesn't really
Yeah.
work that way
for us, at least.
Yeah, and I think for a lot of people, actually, that's not really like how
Yeah.
it's.
You got to start
it's
with
very
a
difficult.
with a ditty, an idea.
There's an idea.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
always got to be an idea.
There's always an idea, and then we piggyback off of it.
That's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would imagine just standing around with your instruments and just be like, where do we go? With this next one isn't really functional to that process and where you pull your music from. So having that structure really helps producing, I would imagine.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm sitting here nodding my head. I have like no musical talent at all, so I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. I'm not gonna go home and write music or something.
It would like be nothing without it all together. Like there's like songs I'm like, this would be a great idea. And like the only way it's gonna work is that if there's 3-part harmony and
Yeah.
a viola and all this like what making it what it is.
That's funny too, because like when I write songs, these guys have a really good, they're just good at like imagining things and like orchestration. Yeah. Don't give me that face. Don't even give me that face. Like
They can't see it.
They
but
can
don't
hear
give it.
parts. Melissa made a face. They can hear like parts like, oh, this would be cool over this. And like, I'm over here like, I wrote a song and I think it could be cool, but I don't know what else can go with it. So you guys, this is how it goes.
Yeah.
And then like, they will add things and be like, this is what I think we should put in. And so I would love to be able to be like, yeah, I want like a timpani to be in this part. And I want it to build, but that's not how my brain works when it comes.
A timpani?
Yeah, You want like you know, like it's
I'm here for it.
talk about cinematic, right?
For sure. Yeah.
But yeah, like some people write melody first, words second. Some people don't. Some people write words first and then just like play whatever goes over it. And all of our songs are constructed differently because not one of those, like half of them were constructed that first way and half were constructed the second way. So like, and maybe that's what keeps our sound a little bit different too, because when you write a song words first, then you have to usually like find a melody that kind of goes with the words rather than thinking of something cool, like a cool melody, and then be like, okay, well, what words will fit in here? So it's always like a crapshoot when it comes to songwriting.
So try to guess which is which as you're listening to the album.
Yeah, go ahead.
My songs are the ones that have like 4 words, and I'm definitely a chordal writer first. Like I write the chords first, and I do like because it is the jazz like history, like having like a specific idea, like a line in mind, like and I Can't Sleep. You know what I mean? Like being like, oh, I would love it if you guys would like play that.
Well, you're both really good at that. Melissa's
you're
really
a
good at that.
chordal writer,
Absolutely.
too. Like,
you
you
guys
write
are.
chords
sometimes.
I don't understand how that is. I'm like, I can't think of a hook.
Well, Jana's
Yeah.
a literal poet. Like
She
you,
is.
like you have like books and books just full of like notes and like poetry and short stories and a lot of.
If you
I don't know. I'm not
Future song lyrics.
Yeah, exactly.
No, really.
Exactly.
Because I mean, I wrote the chord structure for The Witch, and that's just something I'd been playing in our living room. Because at one point, the 3 of us lived together. Fun fact. And I had just been playing that in our living room, and Jana was like, "Can I write words to that?" I was like, "Sure."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even like with Gone, because I wrote the chords
Yeah.
for Gone, and I had no idea for like a melody. I was like, my melody was really lame. It was like la la la.
That's
like
not lame.
no, like that was the melody.
Solid.
and like at that point, like that's why you're in a band. It's like I'm really hitting a wall with this. Like please take this and scoop it. And then she wrote Gone, and it's one of my favorite songs that we play. Like
Me too.
I love it so much, and I like that one is a true like collaborative one that we do, and I love that for it. I love that journey.
energy of just kind of sharing it and being a part of.
Share the load.
Yes, yeah, just kind of pass it around like, oh,
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about
It is.
being
It's
in a
probably the
band.
best part about one of the best parts, not the best part, but one of the best parts about being in the band when you're like, I can't do it. You take it.
So this is your guys' first album, right? How like were some of these like recent songs and some of them have been around for years, or like how did you guys?
have you sat on them or?
Yeah, how did that work?
I mean, well, I'll Be Ready actually, we used to play in a previous band that never really, I don't even know if it got recorded. Maybe
It did.
Oh,
We recorded a
it
full
never,
length,
it never was
but we
released.
never-
That's a different story.
Not for today.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
or ever. No, but that one that I don't know. That one, you know,
It was a
like, it's our
personal
song,
song.
taking it.
Yeah, it was a personal song to you, and
Yeah.
we figured out how to change it a bit to be like, we want to keep this.
It's
on.
definitely evolved. It's not how it used to be, but
Yeah.
that song is pretty old.
Yeah, that's probably our oldest one
Yeah.
on that whole album. But also, I'm trying to think. We started really just like working on these songs during 2020 because there was a pandemic and
Yeah,
everybody was like,
We joined our band Violet Wilder started in like the summer of 2019, and then so then 2020 happened, and then we're like, well, we can't play shows, we can't even be in the same room with each other, like we can't hang out at all. Like, what do we do?
Yeah.
yeah,
It's right in time. So
yeah.
oh,
And a lot of the songs did come out of that time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of yeah. They did, right?
Yeah.
yes,
I don't
no
know.
one's fact
I know. Can't remember.
Seems like it's
Yeah.
forever ago.
I believe it.
There's a lot that went on in those like 3 years, so we
Yeah.
wrote those songs that were like,
I'm sure we all have memory loss in those 3 years for
Yeah.
just like just pure anxiety.
So I have a little on the spot question. What kind of inspired your album art for this new album? Because I think it's really interesting, your approach.
We're an arts podcast. We have
Yes.
to ask about the visual art aspect.
Sorry.
Like flowers.
We just like fun.
We do love flowers, and we love a good feminine edge, and we love that we're powerful women. And anyway, that picture is from a bike ride that Andy and I took at Bong, and we just collected a bunch of flowers because I wanted to press some flowers, and so we did that, and then we pressed them, and then we had the idea of like, let's just scan all these after they were pressed and dried, and then we had the idea to release the singles with a singular flower, which if you look on a Spotify you'll see like in the Enough single, Wait for Me, and Woke. All our pressings of individual flowers. Oh, I'm so sorry. And then for the album to have all the flowers together. So that's actually a framed picture that's in my house right now. That's of like actual pressed flowers that we had just scanned into the computer with the thought that we wanted to use it for the album art. Because Violet Wilder, I feel like flowers come very naturally, a very natural aesthetic with our name and vibe. And we
Violet is a flower. The state flower of Wisconsin.
State flower.
The wood violet.
And you picked wild flowers? Wow. No.
yeah.
While we're on the subject of the name of the band, I was creeping on your website, and I probably shouldn't use the word creeping.
Yeah.
Researching
Perusing.
for the
Nix that
podcast.
from the vocabulary.
Yeah, no, okay. We're leaving it in.
We understand.
But the Wilder part, it says, refers to an adventurous explorer living off the beaten path, and 1/3 of you happens to be related to Laura Ingalls Wilder.
That's me.
Melissa.
Yep. Yep. She's a distant relative. I think she's like a great great aunt.
Oh,
She was born here too, right?
Yep.
in
And she
Wisconsin.
was born in Wisconsin.
In Pepin County.
Why do you know all of them?
I'm a nerd.
Awesome.
Works visit Kenosha. He's got to know the Wisconsin
I have to
thing.
know Wisconsin
Yes.
stuff. Like
Yeah.
the state flower is the wood violet.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
we wanted our name to be very Wisconsin-y. We wanted to be Wisconsin-y AF.
Wisconsin homage.
When I first heard it, I thought it was a tribute to Gene Wilder, who was also from Wisconsin, who's from Milwaukee.
really?
Yeah, from Willy Wonka.
That would have been cool.
Gene Wilder's cool.
That's a fact that I've learned 6 times and I forget almost instantly.
But maybe I'm related to him too. I'll find out. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
we all
surprise
are.
me.
I
A
do a little
Wisconsin
searching.
Wilder.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. And I'm glad that through that process of collecting and everything, you really tied that to the music and everything, because I feel like it's so important to have these kind of outside processes or not rituals, but something to prepare. It feels like, all right, we're getting ready for this album. Let's gather these things. And so having that story of actually going out and gathering, I think that's really, really cool to connect to that. So awesome for that. But yeah, that's my off the cuff question. So
All right. I have a question that's written down on a piece of paper in front of me. So
the
not
real
a,
question.
very much on the cuff. What is... Oh, no, sorry, I'm skipping ahead. If time and money were no object, what's your dream project?
We would love to go on tour.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Just do
Oh,
this
yeah.
forever. You know,
Yeah.
playing music with your best friends, there's really nothing like it. And there's some sort of magic that happens when we're all on stage together, or even when we're sitting in someone's living room, and just being able to do that without having to worry about bills and, just other things in life would be a dream.
To use music as a vehicle to see the whole world and like see other cities and tour and travel and all the while play music with your besties. That's
Maybe
the dream.
pay your bill.
Yeah, well, right.
Oh, yeah,
and
that's true.
actually have it,
Maybe.
yeah, that functional enough to be able to support yourself while you're out on the road. We don't gotta be rich. We don't gotta be famous.
No.
But just enough to like buy some bread.
To be successful enough to,
Yeah.
exactly, be able to support.
Yeah, to sleep
Yourself.
somewhere warm and eat food and like play music. Like
And
really
sing the
like,
songs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we do have dreams of like collaboration, like working with like
Yeah.
the community orchestra or like
yeah.
like having different arrangements of our songs that incorporate even like Brangash, like a Melissa string quartet, and like doing other arrangements that involve
Other artists.
other artists. Yeah. And we would really love to work with like a full orchestra, and that's something that we've actually been talking about and maybe in the future.
I was about to say the Kenosha Orchestra.
Oh yeah, KSO. That too.
Probably the Parkside Community Orchestra, who is beautiful.
We're all Parkside alums.
Yeah, that's the only reason that we might even have
Go
that.
Rangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we just have close ties with the Parkside Symphony and Professor Garcia.
Yeah,
KSO would be cool too, but I mean,
Yeah.
I'm up for all of it. Like,
Yeah,
True.
like no, yeah,
yeah. And that's where we all met in college, and
yeah.
we have a lot of ties to Parkside.
Oh,
We're proud Rangers.
I'm a proud ranger as well.
I am not.
and-
I took a class there. I took one class.
Hey, so you are a Proud Ranger
You're a
then?
rangy.
Is one class
Rangy.
a rangy?
You are an alum.
A rangerette.
Took Calc 2 there one summer.
You're a little baby bear. That's what you are.
A gummy bear.
Oh, Haribo.
Yeah, little baby bear. But awesome. Yay. Shout out to UW Parkside, I guess. Woo! Yeah. So shimmying on to our next question.
Shimmying.
Jimmy.
We all
love
just shimmied
that.
in here.
Yeah, we did.
What is a funny story or story about performing or funny story about music writing? If you have any haha funnies for us.
Or like a comment from somebody in the audience come up to you after the show and say, I really thought this.
Well, anytime we're all in a room together, it's pretty much just cahoots and silliness. And there's like lots of like, when we're working on something, we always have a recorder out to like to record, the harmonies we're working on, because we will forget,
Right.
like
Good call.
and be like, wait, what were we doing? And then like we have to go back. But like some of the shenanigans we catch on those recordings, so we like
Oh,
listen
yeah.
back. Like I'll get a text message from Melissa that's like a chunk of a recording, and it's just like a burp or like, just like
Some really awkward
really
conversation that we're like,
silly.
why are we talking?
or us
Yeah.
like singing like chipmunks. I don't know. Like just, it's just
Yeah.
good. It's just good
It's
time.
just silliness.
I can't really think of a particularly funny. Well, you did bring up, so the three of us used to work at Six Flags together.
Oh,
We were
Because-
the musicians.
Yeah, I got hired there as a musician, and then I worked there for like a couple years, and then I was like, you guys, come join me. We could be a trio. And I guess Six Flags let them, and like they were like, yeah, come on in. And so they
We
auditioned.
auditioned, and
yeah.
they liked what they saw.
Absolutely,
Okay.
they did. I'm not surprised, but I was kind of like, you just let like me and my two best friends work together.
It was pretty much the best summer job.
It was really great. And so we played shows, but there would be a summer cold that just went through all of our art department, what? Music or entertainment department.
Okay.
Yeah. And so,
Streetmosphere.
yes, we were called Streetmosphere, and we would all kind of share the same equipment. So
It was icky.
yeah. And so a lot of us would just there were some boys that were a quartet, like a
Barbershop.
Okay,
quartet.
okay.
And so like it would hit them, it would hit us, because we're all singers, we're all in the same space.
Sure.
And we just would get really, really sick.
And it was a lot of sets. We did 7 sets a day, 5 days a week. So
holy moly.
It was tiring. So your body's already tired because you're singing so much every day, and then you're just like, I don't ever want to sing again. But then you're worn out and your immune system is just low. So
And we each were sick different weeks. Like I feel
it was a
like
rotation.
1 week was me, 1 week was Melissa, and 1 week was Jaina.
And
I don't remember the order.
particularly,
Yeah.
there was the week that Jaina was sick.
yeah.
Jaina already can sing really low, like
Yeah.
and well low.
She's like she's our contralto. And yeah, and we were
That means
singing a
low?
particular, very
Okay.
low alto. Yeah, low alto.
This has been Educate Jake.
And there was this particular set that we were doing where Jaina was having a really hard time singing.
Oh, I couldn't
And
sing.
we were doing a cover of the song Royals by Lord.
Oh, sure.
because this
and-
was 2014. You know,
Yeah,
that was,
yeah.
that was some
That
hot
was a
stuff.
bop. Yeah, that was,
It was about
Was?
is right.
yeah, I'll say was.
Yeah. Yeah.
The radio ruined it. I'm sorry.
You're not wrong.
And she kind of was quiet like that whole song, right? Because you were trying to like conserve when you could.
Oh, I didn't have a voice.
No.
Upper register was gone, so I kind of sounded like this or a squeaky, like, puberty boy.
Yeah.
And then, but low, it was very low.
So we go to the chorus and Kim sings, "They'll never be royals." Well, that was really bad. But
That was great.
Yeah, they'll
Beautiful.
never be royals. And then we usually go royals.
Mm-hmm.
And Jana just goes, royals. And we all just lost it.
But like we had to like stop playing the song. Like it was probably like the most unprofessional stuff ever. You know, like
They were like,
There were families
maybe
sitting in
couldn't
picnic
keep it
tables.
together.
and their faces were just kind of like,
What?
They didn't get why it was
On
so
here.
funny, but Jana literally sung
Because she like wasn't singing the whole song, and then she comes in strong for the chorus, like a whole octave lower than what she usually
Yeah.
is, and it like rumbled the stage. Like we like jumped and like
yeah.
I caught him off guard because it was fun.
it was hilarious, perfectly in tune, of course,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
but hilarious.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's probably the.
One of our favorite memories.
Yeah.
Unprofessional.
We were pretty much like we were cracked back then because we were so tired from like just all the sets every day. Like
my gosh,
we'd be like delirious, like
I can't even.
What do you guys
imagine.
want to sing?
I'm still
What do you
playing
wanna
music,
hear?
right?
you're just crazy.
Yes.
Did you guys have to play like the Six Flags song? Like,
No.
was that no?
No.
They let us play basically whatever.
Just any like family friendly cover.
Oh.
We even did our own originals.
Yeah.
We did.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. We did City Slacker,
Oh yeah. We so did.
and
that.
I'm pretty sure we did the other long one that was.
Did we do free?
Free? That one.
Oh man.
We did free. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those
Exactly.
were the days.
Yeah.
2014.
We this isn't a funny thing, but we did play a Battle of the Bands last year, and a guy died.
What? That's the
Do you remember
opposite
that?
of funny.
I know. Like
But that's crazy story.
that was yeah. So
It was really sad.
it was really really sad. But he was one of the founders of like the
It was like an outdoor festival in Sheboygan, and it was like a big like on the city green is what they call it. It's just like a big like outdoor lawn area where they like have events, and there's an outdoor stage like a amphitheater type of thing.
yeah.
And it was just like a grass full of people, and it was June, and it was like maybe 70 degrees. It was a
Beautiful day.
otherwise a lovely day.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that happened.
Yeah, he just like went down, and then there was a band playing before us. We were supposed to go on next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After them.
We
So
were on deck.
yeah, we were on deck, and they were playing, and like they stopped because what else can you do? Everybody just stopped, went silent, and just like watched as the people in the crowd first like flocked to this guy and tried to basically resuscitate him. And they were, there were kids in the audience, so I'm sure their parents are kind of like,
gosh.
just turn around. Like,
He's
whatever."
taking it out.
Yeah, but they had to take an ambulance out onto there, and like the ambulance was there for a good long time. But
It's crazy.
we found out that he was one of the founders of that event.
Wow.
yeah.
So he was surrounded by friends and family,
Guess that's the way to go.
Yeah.
listening to music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way I would want it.
Yeah.
So,
And they asked the family, and they made sure, like, do you want
Yeah.
us to like stop? We will stop this event, like
We will
right now.
cancel.
And they were like, well, no, he would want
Want
you
to
to
go
keep
The
it.
show must go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silver lining, we ended up winning that battle of the bands.
Wow.
did.
Congrats.
Oh, yeah. Oh man.
oh goodness, the roller coaster of that story.
But now you have a story to tell on podcast. So
Yes.
it's worth it.
Yeah.
Kind of.
That's crazy.
All right, we're gonna get into our last question here, and it's gonna be our heavy question or community question. What are your thoughts on the local art community or music community and ways that we can improve it? Is there anything you want to see?
Strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
I want more house shows.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Basement
even-
shows.
Yeah, you know what? Basement, living room, even like art, like visual art shows
Yeah.
could be cool. But
The community show, that was
Yeah.
Oh, that was
At
so
art
cool.
gallery.
really super cool.
I want to do more of that.
Yeah, thank you guys for playing that.
Thanks for having
It was
us.
such a cool experience, and seeing the new installation was it was so special to be a part of that. So thank you again for having us.
Yeah.
And the unveiling of it.
Oh,
It
yes.
was
that
amazing.
was so fun.
Yeah.
I really love Your Community Inc. I'm friends with Bryce, and they I think that is a direction that I'm happy to see the city go in, and like things like that popping up. Like,
Agreed.
I mean, just the fact that Lemon Street exists is amazing, and
Yeah.
then like having community like Love Your Community Inc. putting on shows and utilizing the beautiful spaces that we have, and I don't know, just like having like they do like the Beachfront Arts Fest, just
Yeah.
like having events and stuff like that to get people interested and to get people supporting arts and creating art and
Yeah.
being included in those as well as attending. I love seeing events like that, and I love that there seems to be more of those like happening, and all the businesses popping up like Sam with Blue House. Like that's the type of stuff that enriches Kenosha to me, and that what I love to see.
Absolutely.
Shout out to past guests. Love your community.
Yes.
Beachfront's Arts Festival coming this summer.
July 22nd.
Do they have a date? July 22nd?
Yeah. Wow, I pulled that out of my
job.
brain. Whoa.
Good job.
I'm going with Shelby.
July 22nd.
Yeah, we played that festival
Probably.
last year, and
Yeah.
I remember being really impressed with like I'm like, man, they like really
They had it together.
they pulled this off.
And they
It
had,
was
I loved all the
beautiful.
artists that they just had centered around everything. So you could be like,
And the
you could buy
vendors.
art. You could, yep, the vendors, the like food.
Yeah.
All the bands were awesome. It was
Yep.
cool.
Yep, it was a great
Lemon
event.
Street's been there since day one. I heard about it, and I was like, the gallery needs to be
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
this location, because we're very much on the same wavelength of supporting local artists and creating a platform for people to kind of express themselves and everything like that. So we really we flocked to them immediately, and we're so excited for year 3. And yeah,
Yes.
so they're in talks of big tent. I don't want to give away anything. Big tent, and we might have scheduled classes, so you can go. They'll announce. We'll have like a whole class schedule for the day.
This is
and-
what I'm
I'm
talking
gonna sign
about.
up for that.
Yes. So we'll have different projects throughout the day, and so you just kind of check in and do the project. So.
Love that.
I love
I'm in.
Love that so much.
You sold me.
We'll be like in the the front row. Like, what are we doing today?
When you say big tent, do you just mean they're going to have a big tent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they're gonna have a big tent for us.
I didn't know if that was like a code word for something.
No, I
Big
didn't.
tent, you know?
I just didn't
Big
want to.
content. Big tent.
I just didn't want to promise a lot.
Okay. Keep it to 2 words.
Yes, I had to think about
2
it
syllables.
Yes.
Big tent.
because I probably shouldn't be saying it on the podcast. I'm not 100% sure if it's happening, but hey,
Take
Well,
it with a
look
grain
for
of
that.
salt.
yes, we will be there and we will be teaching art. Yes,
Yeah.
so yay! But yeah, love your community.
Yeah.
And they're big partners with us. So
Here, here.
yes, big hugs to you guys.
But yeah, so you guys have some shows probably coming up this summer as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything
Anything you want to
you
plug
wanna,
for that?
or even before summer? I mean,
Yeah.
in May.
We're playing opening day
Of Kingfish.
Yeah.
Oh,
On Memorial Day.
Yep.
on the
Yeah.
Monday.
Yeah, their
Awesome.
opening
Monday.
day is Memorial Day. This will be an afternoon game. I think it starts at like 1:20 or
Yeah.
like 1-ish, something around there.
We're going to play a set and do the
And do the
national anthem.
Yep.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that'll be wonderful.
Yeah. I love the Kingfish.
Me too.
Good old.
Some good old fashioned baseball.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then we're playing in Oak Brewing, which is
In
in
Dallas.
West
and
Dallas.
On June 3rd, we'll be at Ope.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great name.
That's a Saturday, right?
It's a Saturday. Yes.
Saturday.
Yep.
And by the time this airs, we were just playing with Would You Kindly for their EP release.
Yeah, congrats on that show. It went great.
Yes, it did.
We're recording this way before that,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
probably just happened last weekend.
You know what? I could confidently say it was great.
It was great.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, we're so excited for them. They're a great, another just wonderful part of the community, and just the way that they,
Yeah. They're a band ally of ours.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Band friends.
Band
Aw.
friends.
Band friends.
Gotta love band friends.
Yeah.
Band friends are cool.
Yeah.
All right. Is there any place that people can, type in a website or go on the internet? And
Yeah, it's called a
find you?
computer.
Yep.
Internet.
Social media, or where can they find you?
All
Wait.
of our handle for everything is Violet Wilder Band. So our website is violetwilderband.com.
If you go on our Instagram, we have a link tree which literally has everything in one place. So
Love that.
Yeah.
You can find our music, our merch,
Our
from the
Bandcamp.
lettering machine.
VilotWilderband.bandcamp.com.
Yeah.
got to memorize. Good job.
Well, you know.
Yeah. Instagram, Facebook. I think we actually have a YouTube too.
We do have a YouTube.
It's really we need to get better.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
You know,
It's not the worst.
Take your time.
it could be worse. It could be better.
Yeah.
You know,
For sure.
you give and take. You only have as much time in a day.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, you're there. You're there. That's all that matters is you're there.
Yeah.
Well, you guys don't seem too hard to find. So go check them
At
out.
all. Yeah.
Go-
and
go-
buy that album.
Yes, go peruse the socials for them.
And then tell us what your favorite song is.
yeah.
We want to know.
And then tell us your favorite color. I want to know that too.
Yeah.
Violet.
Yeah.
It better be
No,
Violet.
my answer.
No, they have to buy the album, figure out what their favorite song is, and then start a podcast, and then ask you to come on their podcast. Then they can ask you,
Yes.
maybe record 30 or so episodes before they have you on.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
get
That's
around
the
to it.
formula. Good luck doing that, people.
Worked for me.
The algorithm.
Well, and you can also, while you're perusing for Violet Wilder, you can also find us on social media. On Facebook, the ArtSpace Podcast. Instagram is at the ArtSpace Pod. You can listen to episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your gosh darn podcasts. We're also on YouTube. And so check us out, leave us a review.
Yes.
Leave a comment, give us feedback. We always love that.
Even
so.
the angry ones.
Yes. Jake still wants a hater. So.
We got to get a hater.
Yeah. He
That's how
wants
you
a-
know you've made it.
Yeah.
I got a couple on my weather page now.
Jake the Weatherman?
Yeah, I'm joking.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah, that didn't come up.
No.
That's why I bring up weather in every episode.
Yeah. Well, I already knew that, though. I follow
Okay.
you.
Okay. Well, she's not one of my haters.
But the podcast apparently needs a hater from Jake. So.
That's how you know you made it.
Okay.
So please hate this podcast.
But also,
I dare you to hate it. I dare you.
But like, comment, review wherever you are watching this or listening to this. Please do that. It would help us out a lot. And then also a shout out to our Facebook group, The Marvelous Makers and Art Appreciators, where we post, events, art opportunities, just a lot of fun art-centric stuff over there, music stuff as well. So go check that out if you want to stay in the loop for what's going on in the Kenosha area-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Between Milwaukee and Chicago, as
Yes.
we like to say.
Yes. So go check that out. And thank you to Would You Kindly for the intro and outro music for us. Always love you guys. And I think that about wraps it up for this podcast. And we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Depression, addiction, the thrill that you seek. Our restlessness cages the fire we need. We're here to inspire the